right, July 1st, 2022. Let's look at the shack garden. This garden started out so slow this year. I'm not sure what's going on, but there were lots of snails and little itty bitty slugs that love to eat everything. But compared with past years, things just are taking their sweet time. But it's starting to look like something now. We have over here our first crocosmia opening up, and there comes number 2. That seems late, but I don't know. I bought these, it's called a giant columbine, and there were 6 of them, and they're all different. This one's doing
definitely giant,
exceptionally well, and the violas love it in here. They're doing really well.
Those are all kind of volunteers too.
And is this thyme over here?
Yeah, I put it in there. I stuck it in there because it'll kind of fall over the side a little.
Yeah, and the
glads
are starting to happen.
Didn't Dad have
that
one?
Was our first glad, and now there's 4 more of those coming out. These 2 are about to happen. This is a snapdragon left from last year. It did really well.
Well, it fell over once.
It's kind of getting done now, the flowers.
Yeah, it's kind of funky.
And this was supposed to be a sugar snap pea, and it turned out to be a snow pea, which was a little disappointing for me, but we can still eat them. So.
They were good cooked the other day.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And this is a new glad that's going to open facing the wrong way. And this beautiful white one.
Yeah.
These are going to be sweet peas someday. I got a later start with those than usual. That's doing nicely.
I know, this one over this end too. The really bright hot pink one. Ooh, yeah, that looks good. Impatiens.
And the violas here, when they get deadheaded, there's just tons of new ones come from that. So we got a new color this year, so we have something to add.
Something different. That's a pretty one.
And this rose is just making these giant bouquets.
Careful.
I mean, it's been going for a long time. That was one. There was one here. And it's just really doing well. This is a new dahlia.
Look how giant that is. That's as big as your head up there.
Yeah. And then the wisteria. The wisteria finally made it up all the way up here.
Good.
So
that was just a little stick when spring came around.
And it took it a long time to start doing anything.
Sounds good.
Got a lot of artichokes that we need to eat soon. Sunflowers that just didn't ever get tall. They're going to make flowers, but that's all the taller they're going to be.
Yeah, and the bugs like those too. I think that's the disadvantage to living next to this pasture back here.
And here's our tower of jewels for next year. Kale, of course, grows great. We got some cucumbers going.
So far they're just budding.
Lettuce that's getting to the point where we really need to eat it. These tower of jewels came up while the lettuce was growing, and I'm going to have to transplant them. They can't stay there.
And there's a big cucumber down there.
But yeah,
in there. It's almost ready.
Oh yeah, cukes.
They grow really fast once they start growing.
So yeah, we're doing okay on that. This delphinium is a new one this year, and it came up with this beautiful big stalk, and then the wind blew it over and broke it. So now it's got all these smaller ones, but new ones.
This would be great.
And I love this white and red combo here.
And we don't know what that one is.
Not yet. And
they're all surprised.
Have our star dahlia, which is really making big ones.
Yeah, it's making way bigger than usual flowers.
What else we got? Well,
that's kind of nothing.
Questionable.
Yeah.
It's been there a long time.
Yeah, I think that's where the tower jewels should get stuck in there.
There is one.
Oh. Yep. They'll do good long, because it grows so big. They do good back here.
All right, we'll get that on the way out.
Okay.
So our snapdragons, you buy a variety pack of seeds, and most of them turn out to be one color, but this beautiful red one is adding into the mix, and that yellow one is really nice.
It's a forage right there in the middle. The lupin was doing really great, and now it's getting eaten up.
But
We need to really check it when we do our nighttime snail
the
patrol.
lupin made us lots of flowers this year.
Yeah.
Sage.
I think it's sage, yeah.
Yeah, sage
That's
is
why I
doing
pulled
great.
that other borage out because you couldn't see it. This is our new yard art, a Chihuly piece that we got up in
Wasn't there
Washington.
last year. We took the chives all the way out and went new, and they're coming back.
Doing good.
A couple more glads about to open up.
Our irises are all dead back here, but they were fantastic this year.
They were, and then these guys got really tall, the little irises.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this one. What a beauty. I like this dahlia a lot.
Yeah.
And the sweet peas, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I planted some here, and they've kind of done nothing, and now they're starting to do something.
There's one at the other end
We
too.
dug up all the strawberries and got new ones, and you can see there's a berry.
Hey.
One berry, two berries.
Yeah, it's looks like
That
those
one.
too.
Yep, that one I just got muddy, so.
Oh, this one's got its shoot coming out. We
Yep.
need to plant that someplace.
That's a couple.
Yeah, that'll make new plants. We only bought
And
5.
then in the greenhouse, here's our little Hawaii section. Because ginger and ferns are just really, they're liking it.
They get the drips, yeah.
And then we have on both sides at the end here is a sweet pepper, sweet red Italian pepper that I have high hopes for. And
There's a bud on there.
They're on
I don't
there.
know about this.
there's peppers on there.
Oh,
You got aphids.
aphids, yeah, we have
Yeah.
to come and take care of that.
And then the rest of these are all various hot peppers that we're trying. So these little tiny guys, I started right at Christmas. And that's all they've done. So
It's way better to
the ones
support
that are doing
your
well,
farmer.
I bought from Dean
At the farmer's market.
at the farmer's market. Yeah, one of these over here was one of mine too. That's actually doing something, but most of the good ones are Dean's.
There's some
And
food.
here's our Sweet Million tomato plant.
Oh, you sure?
Yep.
Because it's got
You
an
want
orange.
to read it? Sweet
Okay.
Million.
So it's just not ripe down there yet. That's
Exactly.
the orange one.
It's orange because it's not ripe.
Okay.
So, and this is an early girl. Lots of tomatoes, and they made a bunch. And then there's kind of this area in the middle here where there wasn't much production, and now there's just tomatoes everywhere. So, this is the Sun Gold. There's 3 ripe ones.
We'll have those on our salad.
There's one right here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so pretty soon we'll start getting ripe tomatoes on more than one brack of them. And this is another early girl with one tomato changing color down at the very bottom. This year we bought a 6-pack of foxgloves. One of them is blooming. The others might at some point.
New spinner.
New spinner, bright colors. The lemon tree did nothing for the longest time, and then all of a sudden, leaves, blossoms. It's
Yeah,
really
it's got
enjoying
buds.
life now. So we have hopes.
What is this, like year 5? We just keep on hoping. We remodeled the whole yard for that thing.
Here's a dahlia coming out. This is another one of those giant columbines. So look at how pretty that flower
Yeah.
is. Got a few little jasmine flowers inside this bush.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good.
And we got a few new things to try and get some different color here. This
It's
one's
a
a
daisy.
black-eyed Susan.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Couple new things. Some peas, maybe.
maybe
We're hopeful. There's another foxglove back there. It's kind of getting covered up, so that might be why it's...
Yeah, so this is kind of a
Not doing
rowdy
anything.
little area here with a dahlia and some glads. This glad reproduced, so there's going to be a bunch of them. Kind of foxglove. It could, it's my jungle style.
Yep. Yes. And I want to point out the volunteers growing down here with the moss. These are all just popping up everywhere. We walk on them. We don't care.
Some lobelia even.
Yep.
not just violas.
And then down here,
and all
this,
these,
everything here is a volunteer. Well, there's a weed I
they're
see,
all,
but those are all violas. I pulled up another borage because we don't need that many borage.
There's another one too.
Yep.
But you know, they're everywhere.
Yep.
Lovely geranium.
I don't like how this pot is this year. So
these are
I think those are going to be the orchid
little
glads.
orchid glads.
Mm-hmm. The petunia has been struggling because something ate it.
Something else that's new. In our yard art.
Oh yeah.
My mother passed away recently, and she still had my dad's fishing floats. He found those on the beach near Queets, Washington, where I built my first home. And so that has a memory both of my dad and a very special place to me. And there's another one up on the deck.
On the deck up there, yeah.
The deck flowers. So there you have it, the garden tour of July 1st, 2022. Thanks for watching Two Cooks in the Garden, and we'll see you next time.